Outside the bank, there are protests by a small group of savers who are unhappy at the fact that their money in the bank is clearly being outstripped by inflation. To make their point, as you can see, they smashed a giant papier-mâché piggy bank to show how their savings were being hammered from soaring inflation and falling spending power, with low interest rates producing little or no return. The prospect of more QE then has only made them angrier. Well, I'm pleased to say I'm joined now by one of those protesters. His name is Simon Rose. He's the spokesperson for Save Our Savers. Simon, what interest rate are you getting on your savings, and is it beating inflation?
No, I know of almost no saver who's able to beat inflation at the moment. It's an impossible task unless you take incredibly high risks. No, I've got roughly 3% on my ISA, and that will disappear at the end of the first year.
Savers are in a minority in this country, aren't they?
No.
In the real sense. Well, no, come on, let's be clear.
Savers outnumber borrowers by 7 to 1.
Let's be clear, that anyone who has got a substantial, the minority have people enough money to put into savings in the bank. Do you accept that it's not a question of either you get interest on your savings, or if you get interest on your savings, there will be a recession, won't there?
No, on the contrary, we've had record low interest rates of 0.5% for nearly 3 years now. Has it produced growth in the economy? No, it hasn't. What it's done, because inflation is outstripping interest rates, is depressed people. It's stopped people spending. It's actually working exactly the opposite way the Bank of England said. I've just popped into the Bank of England Museum to see how they explain quantitative easing. And it says low and stable inflation is crucial to a thriving and prosperous economy. The Bank of England aims to keep inflation at the 2% target set by the government. Well, not only are they not doing their job, but they then explain that quantitative easing puts upward pressure on inflation. So we're looking at a more difficult environment for savers. And I don't accept that there are more borrowers than savers at all. It's totally the wrong way around.
Research the Bank of England has done proves, it says, that quantitative easing works. The economy is up to 3% bigger today than it would have been without quantitative easing.
Many economists would disagree with that and say that the quantitative easing in the States and here has produced a marginal increase in the economy, but at the same time has put greater pressure on inflation. They're admitting that it's going to push inflation up by at least 1% and possibly more. The Bank of England, I'm afraid, has just got their Keynesian blinkers on, and they constantly tell us inflation will come down soon, but they have been consistently wrong and have underestimated inflation for the last 4 years, and we're very worried that they're underestimating it now.
Okay, Simon Rose from Save Our Savers, thank you very much for joining us.